Shield of the Undevout. Dreadful Hewer. Your foes have disadvantage on saving throws to resist your spells or actions that inflict fear. You gain one additional level 1 spell slot. Good job. Well, I want to attribute it a bit to that bug that happened. More than anything. Blackguard's Plate. Magical Plate. All incoming damage reduced by 1. Advantage on wisdom saving throw checks. Disadvantage on stealth checks. Well, I might give that to Will. That's a really nice plate. Blackguard's Sword. Dazing Smite. On a hit infused with one of your smites, the target must succeed a Constitution saving throw or become dazed. Send that all to camp. Also, Sword of Chaos will fit you a bit better. Minsk, why are you still dripping red with blood?
No time to rest.
I get that it was quite a bloody fight, but still, man. Blackguard's Greaves. You gain Longstrider. Huh. Here, Minsk. Have permanent Longstrider. It's pretty good.
Have to keep going.
Actually, I don't think Minsk needs it. Inflict wounds with strength saving throws and attack +1. Thinking about it, I actually think those boots are better off on, like, Karlach. Now that he's dead, he had +10 to saving throws and Indomitable, which lets him reroll saving throws. That's why he never failed. Well, I know he had Indomitable. I didn't know he had +10 to saving throws. That's a lot.
What? Minsk has the itch that only a butt can scratch. A kicked butt, I mean.
Minsk is still red as can be.
Yes?
You have history with Saravak.
Nothing so grand. He was just another broken little ballspawn who tried to clamber to glory over the corpses of others. There was a time when he might have made more of himself. He was certainly given the chance after we threw him down, but he slunk back into his father's shadow instead. There is nothing more to say of him.
Fair enough.
Why, hello, lover. That sounded more debonair in my head, I'll admit.
That was a painful fight. An absolutely painful fight. Sheesh. Mason's Journal. Let's take a read. Never in all the years of my craft have I felt I was carving my own tomb. This armored husk I once thought a man. He's trapped me here during the renovations. Well, he says I'm free to leave after the work is done. Ilmater, this god's awful smell. I'm no fool. And, well, it seems he was right, because there's a skull here. Door. Oh. Well, look what we found. I really want to give us a long rest, but I don't know if I can give us a long rest without Halsin fucking dying. Impress the murder tribunal. I did impress them by killing them. I'll say this, at this point, if Orin wants to kill Halsin, I might just have to let it happen. We'll just really hope that we have a chance to save him still. I guess we're gonna go ahead and pop ourselves into this room and take a look-a-loo around, huh? Potion of flying, don't really need that. And I just checked that, right? Yeah. Appreciably cared for boots. Oh, pouch. What's in the pouch? Legacy Ledger. Herein are logged the blood requisitions, the corpse wealth of our sacrifices, taken from their dead hands. After chronicling and the assassin's claim of their own tithe, the remainder should be brought afore the temple's leader, no longer the butler, as in past times. What follows is a detailed financial log of loot from the dead targets, always accompanied by indulgent purple prose describing their cause of death. Can't be that hard to lockpick. Yeah, DC 10, easy peasy. Dear Quill, do you remember me? We spent a sweet evening chatting to one another after you gave a heart-stopping performance at the Neshkul Inn, and I was on a patrol tour. I heard you were headed to Baldur's Gate to get your songbook published, and I've pre-ordered my copy. If you'd forgive a humble fist's boldness, I send you in writing what I wasn't bold enough to say on that night. Each one of your scales is a gem. Your eyes shine brighter than your throat fire. Images of you have beset me since we met. You must have many suitors as a scholar of love ballads, but perhaps when you get to the gate you'd meet me one starry night in the Blushing Mermaid. The letter is clearly unfinished. The fist intended to write more before sending it. Unfortunately, Orville seems to have lost his head. Ooh, keychain. Well, what do you know? Give me that prison key. Oh, I don't need the lockpick. Backpack? Nothing. Dinner planning. The bodies of our lambs must be nourished. An excessive deal has been made with the runner of a mass grave corpse yard in the Merrig peatlands. Preserved bog body will be added from now on as a side to every meal for the faithful. If the prisoners don't like it, they can starve. I'll say this, one way we could replenish our coffers a little bit in terms of our abilities to fight would be to swap out Chihira and Minsk and bring in a couple of fresh faces. Ew. Yeah, let's back out of here and see if we can get a long rest in. This is not a situation I want to walk into another big fight in. Because, of course, there is every possibility that Orin will also have the ability that Ketherick had to become an avatar of her god during the fight, in a phase 2 kind of thing. Saravek is a dead bitch. Now this is another nice piece of equipment that can reduce the number you need to get a critical hit. So if we stack several of those onto the right person, they can crit for big damage pretty often. I forgot to swap to Birthright before our fight. Alright, I think we'll heal up and get Minsk a little less bloody. Let's take a good nap. A good nap. Split. Okay.
You are enveloped in myriad sensations all at once. Flaming desire and icy despair, the strength of iron, and the haze of thick swamp mist.
The 9 hells of Baldur. The ultimate torment, some souls would say. Those souls lack imagination.
So what's up, Mizora? How's this gonna go down?
I'm going to show you the true wages of your sin.
Neat.
Your lust courses through your veins and plucks at your flesh. You don't know what you want, only that you want it.
You feel it, don't you? Primal hunger, irrepressible decadence. Forget the heavens. This is paradise. Let me show you.
Oh boy, this is interesting. I don't think my patron would approve of this. They haven't spoken up, so it's probably fine. Alright, bring it.
An inferno engulfs you. Your lust blazes hot.
Do you feel it? Avernus, where hell's legions march, screaming their rage. Where the Styx collects the blood of the fallen. Reach out. Have a taste.
Take a tentative sip.
A touch of bitter nips at your tongue. It is vile. It is luscious. Apples and ashes, fresh honey and bone dust. You ache for another taste.
Don't worry, pet. I won't leave till you're fully satisfied. Dis, the blackened Elysium. Menauros, the rotting bog. The molten seas and soil of Thlegathos. Stygia, the frozen ocean. Choose a hell. Have your fill.
How's about the icy seas of Stygia?
You were immersed in a cold ocean, blanketed by twilight. Lightning strikes you, energizing and illuminating. Now that you know the thrill of its shock, you yearn for more.
To think how you starved yourself up to this moment. To think how you chose the sweet over the bitter. One last choice. And starve no longer. Malbolgia, the desolation. The forgotten ruins of Maladomini. Cania and its mountains of ice. Or Nessus, the seat of infernal power.
Well, there you go. Enigmatic Repose, you were asking about Nessus. Let's see what Nessus tastes like.
You are flush with untold power. You could rip apart mountains and bring gods to their knees. This is the ultimate you. The commander of the plains, the director of fate.
This is a really neat illusion.
like me and know the essence of the hells.
No, this is weird because I would assume the only way to get this scene is to have Will on your team and do a good playthrough. And yet this is clearly more meant for being a bad person. Or I guess Mizora would only want this to be a good person. For the corruption angle. Alright, let's do it.
You feel a spark
Bang the
between
demon.
the two of you. Stygia's spark, ignited by Averna's heat.
Well, devil, not demon.
Mizora's lips meet yours and Nessa's rises. You are locked in torrid struggle, each fighting to conquer the other. Yet in a wink, you are reformed, a devil in spirit, if not body. For one depraved night, you feast on the sins of the body, the mind, and the soul.
Uh-oh, I just failed a roll there. I think.
The pleasure of torment. The torment of pleasure. You're forever marked. Can't you feel it? Where my lips scorched your skin. How your soul burns with flame.
Your pores flood with heat and frigid water. Your parched tongue searches for the right response.
Such decadence. Such depravity. Glorious.
One taste, one indulgence, but the delicious agony remains. A pity for you, the one taste is all I'll give.
Kind of you to offer a free sample, then. Now that he's tried out inferior goods, he'll know just how good he has it already.
Well, look who's snuck in from the shadows. I think I'll nip out for a bit, let you two lovebirds chirp. Who would I be to meddle in personal affairs?
Will disapproves. No surprise there about the Will disapproves thing.
Pleasant evening, I trust. I tidied up my hair and had an early night, but you don't look like you had much sleep at all. I'm not jealous, you know. If I wanted to bed something loyal and pure, I'd find a swan.
Sorry, Shadowheart. Got tempted by the devil.
Spare me the scolded puppy routine. I already said I'm not angry. I'll still pet you as much as you like. The way I was raised, the way I was trained, well, it was positively encouraged to get to know each other. Even from the memories I can recall, there's stories I could tell you. All that said, there's no harm in asking me in advance.
I'll keep that in mind.
Don't apologize. I'd rather see you happy than guilty. Just don't forget about me either. I have needs of my own.
That went better than expected, I suppose. Huh. Weird. Apparently, somehow they were getting entangled by something while I was banging Mizora. Okay. Interesting. Well, let's go talk to Will about this. I'm sure he has words he wants to exchange with us about banging his former devil patron. Sup, Will?
You catch a faint odor, one without any discernible source. Wet ash, dried mud, and a hint of sulfur. Mizora channeled the hell's essence into you. You'll never be rid of their scent.
I hope. I pray that you'll show more care in the future.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Let's talk.
He's not wrong about that being a bad choice to make. But at the same time, look at her. She's so hot. Would you have said no, Will? Oh, who am I talking to? You didn't say no before, so of course you wouldn't.
Did you want something? If not...
It was good for me. Was it good for you?
So to be honest. Oh man. I kind of want to give her the so to be honest. I've had better.
Your moans of ecstasy told me otherwise. But I understand. You have appearances to keep up, charades to play. But I know the truth. I see the change. You turned the pain of the damned into impossible pleasure. You'll never be the same.
So hey, if Will isn't your warlock, why are you hanging out?
Just because he's not my pet doesn't mean he's not useful. The absolutists worked a number on me at Moonrise. And you're the best hope I've got at payback. No one crosses the Hell's Children without getting scorched.
Well, fair enough. I think the real reason is because Mizora wants nothing more than to trick Will back into a contract, but you know. Or trick one of us into a contract, or anything like that. Also, yes, we must have a pretty chill patron when it comes to our warlock powers, because they had nothing to say about us literally getting into bed with another demon. Or devil. Fiend. Hiccups. Okay, so obviously we're going down here. Obviously. Not to mention she permanently marked and stunk up your soul. I mean, she says she did, but I don't see any passive thing on my character sheet that says that she did. Therefore, I think we're fine. I got a fat character sheet with a lot of things there. But nothing about Mizora STDs or anything, so...
Do what must be done.
Like I said, we're fine. Water Myrmidon. And... Woodland Being. And then the Woodland Being creates... a Fallen Lover.
Nature's servant awaits.
Activate the symbiotic entity as well.
This city
Minsk.
reeks of evil.
Time has come.
Or perhaps Boo just needs to bathe.
Unleash Boo! We've done it, chat. We have unleashed the most powerful monster in our arsenal.
Sword at my side and hamster at hand.
Is this also ritual? It is. How long's this last? Only 10 turns. Got it. Meanwhile, this
Watch your elders and learn.
is forever's. Bum. Everyone get in all nice and close. Nice and close and cozy.
Yes?
Alright, let's long stride the fuck out of everything. Alright.
My faith will guide me.
Now, let's get a planar ally. Genie, come to me. Need a long strider that as well.
My faith protects me.
Gotta say, Shadowheart was surprisingly cool with us banging a devil. I guess she's pretty open-minded about the whole sexual relationship thing. Alright, everyone is nice and long stridered. Is there anything else for us to summon in the meantime? Well, animate dead would be nice, but unfortunately we don't have anything to animate, so...
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
What's next, I wonder?
Have a lot on my mind. And, well...
Well... Ghouls!
Oh, hi. Always nice to be wanted.
Every kicked buttock, another step on
Up
the
there we
path.
go. It's long strider the ghouls as well. Oh, that was enhanced leap, not long strider. There we go. The one on the left needs
Let us
one.
show them how
All right.
it's done.
Let's get on with it.
Big aid.
Never a dull moment.
I'm going to assume I'm not going to need any intelligence checks here, for the most part. And get ourselves ready for battle. Put on the hat. The cool hat. Sexy underwear. Oop.
What path lies before me?
I'll also, turn that off for now so you don't drive me insane. Oh, I forgot the Cambion. That's what I forgot. Silly me. Well, you'll just have to go unaided.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. Don't waste a step.
The abattoir. Valeria?
Oi! Citizen! Get me out of here!
Huh.
Get here and free me at once!
Well, what are you doing here there, friend?
Citizen, thank the gods you're here. My wrinkles are starting to chafe. As an officer of the law, I demand you free me at once.
Demand?
You! Free me at once! They're supposed to be locked up, not me. Get me out!
Yeah, calm down about this. Macedonian Memoirs, Volume 1, Investigator, Valeria.
Or are you just thick?
This lightly crumpled personal missive, parchment humming with Mount Celestia's radiance, boasts sporadically recorded entries in a Hollyphant's life. Bloody plane eaters. Bloody planetars. I tell them every time they deploy her. If you send someone to observe the Blood War, there's a danger they could be recruited. Every time they say it's a minor heresy. Why? Zariel wouldn't be the first to fall. Lathander's light doesn't reach that far down into the plains. They say crime doesn't pay around here. They say that in a world of purest good, who'd have motive to do evil? They also say the path to the hells is paved in good intentions. So which is it? Of course, they don't really know. Hypocrites, the lot of them. But it's just one bloody adage after another up here. But if you ask what any of them mean, why, who, what, no one's interested. Lulu's no help either. She's a model Hollyphant, a perfect example, my superiors are quick to remind me, and she's fallen for Zariel's act, hook and all. No, it's not an act. Zariel believes what she's saying. She's just wrong. Foolish, and Lulu's a fool to believe it too. It's official. I depart for Baldur's Gate at the earliest opportunity. Spreading conspiracy, disorderly drinking. First, I didn't know there was a prohibition in place. Second, if you don't want me drunk, don't send me to the Feywild. Gnomes have the best mead. And all the other allegations weighing against my person have tipped my reputation. Over the edge of a cloud, down to Toru. Of course, it's not phrased like that. Your sense of justice is needed by the mortals. Baldur's Gate has a lively tavern scene. Piss off. I know what they're really thinking. Pains in the trunk, the lot of them. Not to say I told you so, but my connections tell me Zariel's broken code to intervene in the Blood War. If only someone had warned them. Apparently she killed a horde of Yenogu's gnolls running rampant down here in Toril. Her heart's in the right place. It's a shame her sword isn't. She's too reckless to be let near the Blood War, and I reckon this is just the beginning. But alas, I've picked up a rather handy new phrase since getting up in Baldur's Gate. That's none of my business. Valeria's hookah. Well, you're not going to need that. Or your snuff. Oh, it's been scrubbed clean of its former content. Ugh, honestly. Anyway, how do I even free your ass? You shut up. Let's see.
Get here and free me at once!
Only DC 15. It's not hard at all.
Thanks for freeing me so quickly. No idea what those Baalist Burks had planned with me, but those chains were starting to chafe. Though I do wish you'd figured this all out before I, put the blame for Father Lorgan's murder on that poor refugee. Well, at least it's over now.
How did you end up here?
After our chat at Charessa's Caress, I thought it best to polish off the bottle I'd started. I started coming over all woozy. My joints stiffened up quicker than a brothel browser's loins. paralyzed. My vision went black. When I woke up, I was in chains. Overall, a terrible ordeal. One deserving of a drink. I bid you good day, but it's been royally shite all round.
I think it's best you get out of here.
I most wholeheartedly agree. But you gave these reprobates a proper seeing to. You clearly have what I don't. Courage, insight, heroism. The city needs you. I overheard these pigs talking. There's a Baal temple deep within the old Undercity that the cult is using. A century ago, it was destroyed by a group of heroic sorts. Let's hope history repeats itself, eh?
Mind who you call history, Holyphant.
The wrinkled orb is correct. Boo remembers the stench of the temple still.
Very good. Now, let's talk and find that temple.
Well, I'll say this about Valeria. At least he knows where he stands. Doesn't pretend that he's any bit better than the piece of shit that he is. DC 20? That's a toughie. Bruh. Oh, one off. Come on, man. Can I roll at least a fucking 10, bud? At least a 10 basically guarantees it. Well, a 17, that is certainly at least a 10. Oil of sharpness. Let's send that to Minsk. He could use it. Same with the oil of accuracy. Memoirs of My Death. This is a memoir describing in detail the visions of Baal seen by Saravak Anchev after his death in the Baal temple centuries ago. The brethren often ask me, what was it like to die? They expect me to present a warring conflict, the humiliation of defeat against the honor of sacrifice. But once dead, it is impossible to think of oneself, of life. For you are in Baal's own embrace. Baal's domain is a red wasteland in a starless sky, halted in time before the collapse of the final sun. There I wandered, tasting the end of all things. I was dragged back from the precipice, bound to a living husk again by my mocking sibling. I resented it at first. I had forgotten how to breathe, to eat, all the animal functions of the petty who cling to life. And when I was cruelly resurrected, my faith was bolstered more through my death than it could be through life. I would bring about Baal's perfect finale, the melting of the crimson sun above the lakes of blood. It will happen. This world will be carved in his image. You know, you'd think that would be worth more money than 14 gold, considering it's the diary of Saravak himself. Oh, what's this? Oh, Saravak's golden key. Okay, cannot fast travel from this area. Fair enough. So I got documents to prove it's a legit Saravak diary. Yeah, they're called Minsk and Jahira. Hold on, they're called Saravak's fucking corpse. How's that for a document to prove it's legit? Alright, who's stuck back here? A ghoul? Oh, come on, ghoul. Come on, bruh. Bruv. Make your way over here, bruv. Come on, you. Come on. Come on, cutie. Let's go.
Stop me yet.
Now don't get stuck on nothing this time. Anyway, as I was saying, maybe it's just me, but I feel like Minsk and Jaheira should have just a teeny tiny bit of credibility when it comes to talking about the authenticity of something that once belonged to Saravak. You know, just saying. Okay, we should be able to enter the door now.
Returns, most shamefully unleaking. Prove your faith.
I have an amulet of Baal. Let me pass.
You hold proof of faith, but to hold and deserve are different. How have you proven yourself in the Dreadlord's eyes?
Well, I slaughtered the Myrtle Tribunal. How's that do anything for you?
Unorthodox. But a show of faith nonetheless.
That's what I thought.
Walk in blood.
Baal does love murder, even if it's murder of technically allies. Alright, we've got our business hat on. Time to go engage in business. With Orin and all her little friends. Hey! Ghouls! Oh, we all failed perception. Well. DC 30! Yeah, okay, fair enough. DC 30's a bit out of our pay grade. Come on, guys. Come on. Figure it out. I'll say this. Whenever I do my evil playthrough with everyone summoning like crazy, I'm not going to care nearly as much when stuff doesn't follow me. E is for Elkin by Grumnir Betrayed. F is for First Murder by Bald Primate's Aid. Best me and pass or die. Ritual chant, Ball's Power Bird kill. Power word kill, you say? That is a problem. Shrouded Reapers. Part of the challenge to enter the temple, the Far Slayer has begun chanting. It can cast Ball's Power Word Kill once the profane ritual ends. Exiting the Far Slayer's chanting range of 55 meters makes its enemies invulnerable to the effect. Slaying the Far Slayer stops the ritual and wins the conflict. Ball's Power Word Kill, rasp a word of power, compelling an enemy with 100 hit points or fewer to die. Yeah, that's about right. And the other three are there to A, slow us down, and B, make sure we have less than 100 HP. That's the physical way to get to him. Okay, let's fly. Being able to fly really is going to help this out. I said let's fly. Come on, game. There we go. Oh. There's more. But wait, there's more. We're not in range to shoot you yet, right? Didn't think so. In which case, dash action. To fly some more. Oh my god, and there's even more. Manglin Abbey. Can we get up all the way? We cannot. Well, let's Misty Step up. Whoop. Alright, we covered a lot of distance. Let's just hope that they can't cover nearly as much distance to follow me. Good roll. Ah, this is a problem. My ghouls! My ghouls! Those damn AoE attacks. Careful, Boo. Do not light yourself on fire like the rest of them. Ah, the way to get up there is through there. Minsk can make that jump, I think, from here to there. Maybe. Or from, possibly from here to here. We can also have this guy make it over. The Cambion can fly, after all. Oh yeah, here he is. Get up there, big boy. Go, ghouls, go!
Have to keep going.
Shadowheart's just gonna have to take the long way, I guess. Okay, you have AoE, meaning you can absolutely hit them.
Death greets us all, but not today.
Gonna need for you guys to keep that. Keep the boyos busy over there. It's us. It's chat. You just hang out over here, chat.
To glory or glorious death.
Wow, Minsk, you took a fucking ton of damage there, man. That's a bit too much damage there. So we will hope this takes us where we want to go. Oh no, they've all got crossbows. My ghouls. Bro, I am shocked that you are not taking damage from that. Mangling Abby, here she comes. She's here to mangle. Charmed, I'm sure. Now piss off. Can you guys stop rolling super well? Jeez. Alright, we need to get up here and kill you. You know what? Just taking the ladder normally is probably the way to do this. Maybe I want to hex you first. It's got 5 unstoppable. Reduce the next damage taken in the entity to 1 and consume 1 charge of unstoppable. Unstoppable creatures cannot be moved by any external force, mundane or magical. Okay. I don't know if that counts as extra damage sources or not. It did not. Darn. Oh, you can teleport yourself. Well, well. Who knew? That is information. Okay, we might need to try a fair bit harder at the whole killing the chanter dude thing. Oh, great, there he is. What do you mean not enough movement speed? What do you mean, dude? Just fly. Fly over there, asshole. You should have more than enough movement speed for this. So what I was doing here was letting these guys do this, but I feel like I really need to get to them pretty quick. There, we got rid of the unstoppable. Attack him! No more unstoppable for you. These three are still annoying as fuck. Save Boo at all costs. Boo's doing just fine right now. He's getting ready to rip some ankles apart. Alright, dickwads. Behold! Thunder! There goes one.
For the fallen.
I don't feel like Chihiro wants to sit inside of that anymore.
Better you feed the soil.
There we go, nice. You enjoy the spores down up there. My ghoul! My ghoul died, chat. He died. Please, mourn his death with me. Bad damage roll there. Unfortunate. Vince, can you make that jump, please? Oh, thank goodness. Huh. Good. Minsk has taken many damage so far. Oh my goodness.
Feel the backhand of justice!
That is a lot of damage. Hey, this thing's not going to be any bit useful at all. No way! No, come on. Restart. Cool. I swear to fucking God, man. I don't think I've ever succeeded in not getting pushed off a cliff, if it's even a possibility. Every single time in this playthrough that an enemy has tried to push a character into death, it has succeeded for the enemy. That is
Breathe deep and move.
extremely frustrating and annoying. It's the parchment. To gain admittance to Ball Temple, you must cross Manslaughter Chasm, but if you are weak like this aspirant, the Far Slayer will deny you passage. Defeat him or die. Defeat him or die, yeah. Wait. I do not want this massive fucking procession of stuff walking forward like this and getting blasted by 700 AoE attacks. Anyway, since my luck is what it is, I have to make sure that for the rest of the playthrough forever, we never, ever, 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 ever do not have our backs to a wall when there is a chasm. Because otherwise we just die. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just very frustrating bullshit.
Softer than a whisper.
Looks like an anemone.
And now I'm not surprised?
Need to find a way forward.
Did the game break? Oh, there we go. Now the entire world is after me. Okay. That was weird.
Have to keep going.
Journal updated, get Orin's Netherstone. Now we have a ball of salmon and we can finally face Orin. Wait, Valeria's a she? Huh. The voice would have me think otherwise.
Butt kicking, for goodness! Whose battle cry is too high for your hearing? But you should tremble all the same.
Go, my ghouls, go! Make work happen. Make magic happen. There you go. We've got a Myrmidon ready to move. Alright, ghouls, you're all ready to jump across that chasm, I guess, based on your positioning.
What must be done? Oakfather, ease my way.
I'm sorry, how is my spiritual weapon surprised? What? How does that work? I'd like to not be on fire anymore, please and thank you. I'll go hug the wall. Up there's the second shot. Bet y'all didn't know I could fly. Quickened. You should be out of unstoppable now. Good. Here come them boys. Alright, I want the genie to take care of those crossbowmen up there, while I get Minsk and the Cambion over here to help deal with our main target.
I have missed this. The adventure, the danger, the kicking of butts.
Big leap. Oh my god. If he had fallen off, I would have been really upset. I would have been really upset. And we can cleave him. And now that you're visible, prepare to get bonked.
My hamster has dined on god flesh. You are but a tiny crumb.
Go, ghouls, go. You know what, imp? Oh, you're immune to poison. So we only did 2. Well, that's an issue. Slight issue there. Ow. Since you can fly too. Bonk. Manglin' Abbey. I love her name, Manglin' Abbey. Oh, here she comes. Going over towards Minsk. Alright, interesting choice of target, but you do you. Oh, well, that's 2 dead. 1 to go over here. Thank you, Mr. Genie. I do not like being on fire. Let us step out of the fire. If anyone should be fired, it's you. Well, never mind. Stop lighting us on fire, it's annoying. $85% and it missed. Yeah, that sounds like me. Up. Strangler Luke! Oh, he's got unstoppable. That's why he's allowed to just jump right down like that. Yeah, if you want to stay in the fire, that's cool, dude. Your unstoppable goes away pretty quick. Okay, you slowed 1 unit. It was the wood woad, which, no problem. They're just performing target practice on my poor little ghoulie boys. Somebody must help them. Dash. And... oh, there it goes. Alright, I guess we're just gonna stand here and deliver. And bonk. Wait. Tenacity, though. Am I not allowed to tenacity him or something?
Done.
Good damage. I think I'm okay sitting here. I don't think they can do too much to me. That being said, I could always fly down there or teleport away. Charmed, I'm sure. My imp! My Minsk! My ghouls! Ah, look who is knocked prone for no good reason. Good job, chat. That was a good psychic shot.
Weep if you wish. Minsk will not judge.
Wow, really? You're not able to make that jump and be fine? You'd be more fine going with the longer jump somehow. But now we're good. Oh, he's so close to dead. Ghouls, there is a prone man right next to you. What are you doing? I'm hating the ghouls just a tiny bit here. That's some bullshit right there. Some bullshit right there, let me tell you what. Burn. Saved. 3. Shillelagh! Hiya! Manglin Abbey still making her way up here. Oh, she's going for the genie. Oh! What? Genie, no! So Manglin Abbey moves you on hit, huh? Repelling strike. Push a target 4.5 meters away for you on hit. Well. That sucks for my genie, but what can you do? That really sucks, man. I like the genie a lot. Damn you, sir. Oh, for fuck's sake, let something hit you already. Jesus. My luck. It's amazing. Can you see my RNG? It's so good. So good. Right, we've been slowed. Forgot to boot that. It's not a big deal. Laceration, go! What? How have I missed every attack from you? 85%. It's okay, Boo's got this. Holy shit, nice damage. 11 damage, Boo. That's what I like to see. Did either of those hit Minsk? The dagger did. We did it! We no longer have to worry about power word kill. Now we can just power word kill them. Trial is complete, the way is open. Are they gonna keep fighting us or not? Okay, they're gonna keep fighting us. Bitches. Most dangerous power word of all, power word come. I'm not sure if those guys are disappearing or not. Why can't I use this? Weird. Power word yeet. Did not work. %80 chance. I have missed 5 80+% chances of things to hit so far in this encounter. 5. That's 2 more than 3, and that's horrible. Path is interrupted. about from there? How about from there? There we go. Try mangling now, Abby. Mangling Abby reminds me of that old meme, the cockmongler. How about you, chat? Do you remember the cockmongler? Bonk. Oh. Apparently all we're doing is waiting for all the other people to just stop existing here. And I mean, hey, that's fine by me. Nice critical miss. We'd love to see it. Let me target you with my slow ass. Oh yeah, they're just poofing away. How about you too? Yep, poof. Everybody poof. We win! We did lose Genie, though. Robin Williams got yeeted into oblivion, unfortunately.
Very well.
I was not expecting her to run up, nail the Genie 3 hits in a row, and send him into oblivion. But what can you do? I'll accept that rather than Shadowheart being yeeted into oblivion. That is unacceptable. Strangler loses again. Strangler Luke loses the Knucklebones cast again. 4th time this 10-day. We all know how much he hates gut bucket duty, so let's line up and mock him while he's carrying them out. Ha ha. Ha ha, Luke, you a bitch. You're such a bitch, Luke. Oh my god. Ooh, Swirl of Chain Lightning, a diamond, a silver. Look at that. That's money right there. Skeleton just hanging out. Ooh, baby, light my fire. I'm your Venus, I'm your fire, you're my desire. What's down this ladder? Anything? Oh, actually, doesn't look like any... Camera. Camera! Doesn't look like it's anything. All right, wonderful. Thank you, camera.
What am I to do?
All right, Shadow Heart. Here's what you are to do. Restore a level 6 spell slot. Bring out a new genie. That's what you are to do.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
If not over, through.
Can't just replace Swallow Millions. He's one of a kind. Sorry.
What's that?
But it looks like we just did. Say hi to Will Smith. Strangle Death Manifesto. The sweat-blotted letter looks unfinished, perhaps even unsent. To my fellow blood brethren, if you are reading this missive, know that your number among my most trusted confidants. Also know that if you betray my trust, my hands will grip your throat with the steadfast embrace of long-parted lovers. So, yes, of late, my friends, I have felt a calling when my fingers meet each other around a windpipe, as if there is a voice whispering sweet nonsense into my ear as I tear the breath from my quarry's lungs. I think I am chosen by our Lord of Murder, perhaps even related. Yes, my brethren, I will stake my claim on a legacy of murder, a throne of blood. I will challenge Lady Orin to her birthright, and if my grip stops her gasp before she flays my skin from bone, I will become Strangler Luke, son of Baal. Note to self, come up with catchier title before sending. That one's rubbish. Now you listen and you listen good. The only one about to get strangled around here is Twitch chat. Mortal progeny. So we've got a direction here, and what looks to be a main direction there. So I think we'll go to the side first. Maybe. Ooh, grilled pork, yummy. Alright, Dryad, turn that off, please. Thank yous.
Not as bad as it could have. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Okay, this looks like a little port. Yeah. Where are we? I thought I clicked to come this way. Did I not? I guess I did not. Huh. There are 500 rats over here, I've noticed that. All with the helmets on. Uh-oh. Wonder what reason that is. Cerebral rats.
swarm when an elder is near. We must be close to its hiding place. Turn back. We must have all the nether stones before we approach the brain.
That's fair. Okay. So that leads us to the big brain. The big brain am winning again. Oh, my water myrmidon. Forgot to get you down. There you go, bro. Here you go, bud. Head on to us. And the other one is a ghoul who will never, ever move. I really hate that these ghouls are uncontrollable. If they were controllable, they would be great. Because then I wouldn't have to worry about them getting stuck on fucking nothing quite so often.
Time to press ahead.
We might as well bear our buttocks to every archer within a mile.
Might as well bear our buttocks to every archer in a mile. Oh no, they do not like that. But unfortunately, we don't seem to have much of a choice. We could go this direction to get down there, or the lit direction with lots of corpses. That seems like an ambush more than anything, waiting to happen. Over there with all the corpses.
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Let's not take the time to flirt atop the corpses. Clown severed head! Oh my god, I'm so glad I checked this. The effigy of Amelison, who grasped divinity. What use her betrayal? She thought herself perfect, but forgot the one she served. Below is an exaggerated signature written in blood, Orin the Red. Okay, Man, I wish I knew when I first started the quest that the search for the clown disembodied pieces was going to go so far beyond the sewers, or not, circus area, not sewers. Everyone chill for a sec while I go... Well, everyone chill while Daddy grabs a chest. I swear I'm gonna be like right up to the big brain, and then there's gonna be clown bits right next to the brain. It's gonna be like, oh, there's the final clown piece, the clown penis. Chest over there, but I'm not sure if I care that much about going to grab it. It's probably nothing all that important. Instead, let us make our way to Orin
Always sharp.
the Please.
Mind my step.
stone seals this chamber against the world.
This is a foul place. Better bury it. Already Boo is bristling, and not from the cold.
I confess that the last time I came here, I thought it would be my tomb. You can see why.
The Baal amulet trembles in frightened awe.
Religion. Examine the door. DC 18. We better get a really good roll if we want to succeed on this one. 19's a really good roll.
Murder. Bloody murder. Who else but Baal would these symbols honor?
All right, press the amulet against the door.
Will you return once you cross this threshold?
Guess we're about to fucking find out.
Oh, darkness and anger. Gripping the skull and hammer, hammer, hammer! Gore on the wall. Pulp on the hands. Head all gone. Yes, I killed him. I killed them all.
You didn't rhyme that last line, dude. Pretty weak. These are all some pretty low-level dudes, so nothing but chaff.
Are the gods truly this petty? Good. I was
Nothing but chaff for us to cut through.
Why do we stop, my friend? There is evil somewhere with its small pants yet unsoiled.
I hear footsteps, trip-trapping on the murder lord's stones.
Well, he's not dead.
It lied to me. It lets the tyrant live and comes crawling into Baal's sanctum instead. I know what you did. Spilled my grandfather's crimson. He was mine. He showed me how to slice and slit. He guides my dagger still. Oh, did it think it could protect? Did it think it could save? Only the blades can offer salvation.
His fate is of no... Fucking do it, bit. No, if I said fucking do it, she would do it. Intimidation doesn't give favorable beginnings. What do you know? You said Baal wanted us to fight. He will reject this offering. Fight me. Ooh. Ooh. 25. Luckily, I've got a 19 to 22. Easy peasy. Silver tongue.
You do not lie, underling. It is your blood I am destined to spill. Your death spit will stain these walls, little lamb. Your murder should have been exquisite. A crypt-born effigy to greet Baal's bleeding dawn. And now, it will be nothing! Come to me, Father. Set my flesh to your unholy purpose.
You got significantly uglier. All right. Orin, Deathbringer of Baal. Legendary resistant to cloud control, Slayer form. Embraced its savage compulsions, allowing it to assume its Slayer form. 10 unstoppable. Whew. 10. Jesus. Fast hands. Gain additional bonus action. Okay, you've got rogue tendencies then, right? Canny dodge, reliable talent. Yeah, rogue. But not immunity to blindness. The only problem that we might have here is the whole I don't want to get yeeted into oblivion, which is what the game loves to do to me. Let there be darkness. Ah, I feel better already. Welcome to my dark heart. Ooh. The time has come to inflict your tiny teeth upon the enemies which we must defeat. Get them, Boo.
Ready.
On my way.
Could do a glyph of warding over here. Not enough movement. Okay. Well, you know what? You never feel bad about Spirit Guardians. The Death's Hand and the Unholy Assassins are going to be kind of tough. Oh, I had thought that that might hit the others, but hey, that works too. Into the darkness we go. A profane boon at the start of every turn with these guys. Level 1 shield, go! Yump. Go, Ghoulie, go! Sanctuary. Sanctuary? They have Sanctuary on. That would explain things.
no matter what you heard.
How about baby light my fire? Let's get a little closer. How about baby light my fire? Burn! Even if the ghoul has to burn too, it'll be worth it. I do not want to be slowed. I'm gonna have to break that concentration on him. That's annoying. Ghouls might be the only creatures dumb enough in this game to just walk through fire like that. I would like to rage.
Who breaks the hearts? Minsk breaks the bones.
Oh no, not enough movement. Cough! What do you mean I can't shoot him? Look at him. What do you mean? I have a clear path. Oh, this might have been a completely wasted rage. It's really going to come down to, some bullshit. That's annoying. Ooh, that was a good one. That ate all the unstoppables. Oh, cool. Knocked me prone instantly. Good RNG. Great RNG. Yes. Eat that bitch. For some reason, this counts as like an AoE attack despite it being targeted. Don't know why. No clue why. How is this not enough? Oh, you've been slowed. That's how. Boon of the Unstoppable. Ah, that's what you're getting. More unstoppable. Come, Boo, we have more pants to chew upon.
No choice but to keep going.
Hey, how about we try darkness again, and hopefully don't get knocked into destruction this time. Hopefully I don't get cucked this time. Although I'm sure I will.
Let's finish this.
With a blessing. Oh no! It's been feared. No! Come on, Minsk! How did you not succeed a save there? Gave you advantage on that shit too. Yet even with advantage, you just failed. Horribly.
War is an old woman's game.
Nice spores. Well, as long as this wall of fire is here, we're doing work, so that's nice.
Forward.
Let's go ahead and hope that this is a fine position here. Ow! Ice. First things first, we definitely have to get rid of Orin's, followers. Some of them, at least. Get him, ghoul! Okay. What's your AC, by the way? 18, okay. Yeah, that's... We can deal with 18, that's not too bad. No way you have any equipment that's any good, right? Well, the Flying Ghoul is a higher DC creature. That's why it has a better paralyzing anything, you know? Alright, I want to yeet these two, if I can. Yeetus! Deletus! Very good. Oh, I guess he's technically in the darkness there. Laceration, go! Well, no laceration. Yeah, until we've dealt with these dudes and stopped that boon of the unstoppable from happening, she is quite unkillable, I would say. I could make a hopeful play here. And hope that we can finish off these nerds. Get them, boo! Nice! Okay, now back. Because we do not want to just sit there next to them and let bad things happen.
Take two.
That was 29. 29's a lot of damage. Speaking of 29, that was 29. 29's a lot of damage. Ah, shit, you got entangled. All's boon has been removed. Hell yeah. Oh, baby. A solid little ice knife. Just want to ice you up a little bit. Now we've lit all that on fire. I didn't think about that. I wanted to keep you entangled if possible, and I now ruined it. Well, what can you do? Sometimes you just light stuff on fire. Oh, for fuck's sake. I am highly upset right now. Shillelagh. Kill. Well. Sumptuous bloodbath on Boo. Boo, no! Boo! Hey, Halston's still alive. He's fine. Get out of here. Yes! %. We can hope for the best. If this puts vulnerable onto her, then we will crush. If it does not, then we will be Sag. Simple. Simple as, right? Right. Get vulnerable. She's vulnerable to all damage for 3 turns, chat. Oh, baby. Now, once the unstoppable is gone, she is gonna get ripped apart. Speaking of being ripped apart, get her, Boo! Revenge! Oh god, tenacity's not working. And the only way to fix tenacity is to remove the weapon and then re-equip it when it's not working like this. Which is rather annoying. Well, shit. Get her! Paralyze!
No, I think we have given offense.
You know, being vulnerable to all kinds of damage doesn't help much when you never hit any of your damage. How many points of that do you have left? Nah, we want damage here. Alright, the time has come to beat her face in. Rip her face off. Like in that movie, Face Off. Holy damage there. And another one. That did it.
A metallic tang fills the air as the Slayer's form is drained of life. Ashes to ashes, blood to blood, you have robbed another god of his chosen.
Stand back and admire a job well done.
A glint of light on something in the blood catches your eye.
A nether stone.
Gortash wanted the stone. If we must give it to him, may we wrap it in a fist?
Seek him out. He is all that stands between us and the Elder Brain.
Whew. Oh god. Hey, turn that off, turn that off. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off before everything just runs itself into burning.
Light on my feet.
Hey there, Halsin. How you doing, bud? Let me get you out of... Oh, DC 25. Holy moly. Hold on one sec. Let's check Orin's gore pile and see if that's got a key or something. There we go. An altar key. Also, studded leather armor, +2. Some nice light armor. And Crimson Mischief, her weapon. Short sword. Prey upon the weak. This weapon deals an additional 1d4 piercing damage against targets with 50% of their HP or fewer. Main hand only. Red Vein Savagery. When you make an attack with advantage, the target takes an additional 7 piercing damage. Offhand only. Crimson Weapon. When you make an attack with your offhand weapon, you can add your ability mod to the damage of the attack. It's a pretty darn good short sword.
What is this foul place?
Sup, Paulson?
Oh, you came for me. Thank you. I feared Orin's accursed smile would be the very last sight I beheld. Every breath in this place reeks of corruption. I will return to camp. The air is cleaner there.
Yes.
I've got a long road ahead.
I'm surprised they didn't come attack us. I was really expecting them to just run over to jump on down, so I put those thorns in their way, but apparently they were fine with us just killing Orin. I mean, they are ball cultists. Death and whatnot is something they worship, so... We saved Halsin, by the way! Yay! Halsin lives! Ooh, we're really shaking now.
At this point, nobody can control the brain, and it knows it. We must seize the third stone before it breaks free.
I'm assuming there's actually not going to be a time limit on the seize the stone thing. I talk to the bones. This is a notebook filled with handwritten poems, most of which seem to be about communing with the murdered dead through contemplation of their corpses. The verse, much of it accomplished, is lyrical and elegiac, profoundly insightful, and even moving. The final poem is 34 lines in length, ending with the words below. Your corpus was killed, your life ephemeral, but your death was fine art, and art is eternal. Hail, immortal victim, hail! In sacrifice, live ever on. Bones.
Time to press ahead.
Orin's chest key. Orin's mother, Helena. Invasion plans, a manifesto. Written on leathery parchment, the document has a fetid, metallic odor. Manifesto 13 Uktar 1482. I, Orin, called the Red by the Shalar, daughter of Helena, granddaughter of Saravik Anchev, do vow in the name of Baal, my lord of murder, to serve his unholy will. I shall become an incarnation of slaughter, and the pain and humiliation inflicted upon his temple by the ignorant massive of Baldur's Gate shall be repaid 1,000-fold. This do I swear and attest with my own heart's blood. Kror. Experiment on the Kror. Nightfall 3. Father sent a butler to fawn over me. I'm not my mind-mangled bloodkin. I need no coddling. I will send it back to him, entrails and all. Not again. The wretched minion is returned, singing my praises over the way I slaughtered it. If it craves death, I will give it a lingering one. Its screams will silence father's concern. Nightle 9. Again, this praise-poxing creature comes back to me. If it will not leave me be, I will make something beautiful of it, an effigy stuffed with the flesh of every other butler in this city. Father will see I need no instruction, no inspiration, nor does any true chosen a Baal. Fun. Wait, I can speak to dead on it?
The corpse remains silent.
Why can I speak to dead on that? Weird. Death's Head of Baal. Grimlark? Nothing. Elysia? Nothing really. Fallen Ball Spawn.
Orin relished tormenting this poor soul.
Please get out of my way so I can target this. Thank you.
The corpse remains
silent. Okay. And in the chest. Serpent Fang Toxin Crawler Mucus. Haven't seen that before. Trial Poison and Malice. I'm blinded and poisoned. Neat. Oh, my stupid slaughterkin, how many thousands will you mutilate before you learn to make their blood spill worthy of Father's altar? You deceive your god with these mindless flayings, and our temple, no, my temple, decays because of it. It cannot be so. It mustn't be so. The favorite of Baal must be one worthy of his name, one who serves him and only him. If you insist on shouldering the yoke of these other so-called chosen, then I will craft you a better one. A worm, to make you mindless as the altar meat you butcher. And I will restore this temple in Baal's true image, a glorious vision built atop your festering corpse. Orin's bed. Comfy. Mahogany wardrobe. Mahogany, now that's nice. A plan for chaos. How weakly the city slumbers above, safe behind its walls. It forgets what lurks below. It must be reminded. If the tyrant wishes them to suckle his accursed teat, I can make them crave it. My sweet assassin set to stalk their hearths and strife their throats. My changelings will turn the very face of hope against them. Master choking apprentice, father hacking down son, this city will butcher itself soon enough, and the lordling will be powerless to stop it. Well, we did it. Orin has been dismantled. Well, even more than that. Turned into goo. Gonna talk to Helena? Oh, right. You know, I might be able to speak with Dead with her. Oh, yeah, she's even shining. She's even shining, so I can.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Why were you put on display like this?
The corpse remains silent. It does not know.
What happened to you?
Orin, my daughter. I tried to kill her, but she killed me first.
Why did you try to kill your own daughter?
I wanted to be Val's chosen. Saravok told me she must be my offering. I was close, my hand around her throat. I failed.
Did Orin know Saravok ordered you to kill her?
No. She worshipped him, loved him. So did I.
Where are you from?
Baldur's Gate, Brandon District.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Well, wasn't a whole lot to be learned from that, to be honest. You know, I should have double-checked if it was possible for me to speak to Saravok's corpse.
She is crushed. Destroyed. Obliterated. But her skull did not sit in my palm. Not by my hand. No. No.
Ser Dorgan. Dorgan's diary. All the patrons hurling within the hour of Horus's shift, I suspect foul play in a tampered keg. Gods know I have to point the finger at someone before the fist come to close the bar down. Thought it would scare off any brawls to have a new tough, but there's something foully wrong about this one. Never says a word, but's always muttering something. Well, one nice thing about all these ball cultists is they don't give a shit if I take things off the random corpses around here. There is no stealing here, there's just go ahead and take it. After all, I just killed Orin, and prior to that, I murdered Saravok. If anything, I'm the new big man on campus.
Borrowed scrolls must be returned within a 10-day. It seems the Temple to Murder has a lending library.
The ecstasy of murder. Once Baal's favor has quickened within one of his beloved murderers, the bliss of his love is nigh indescribable. For he blesses his loyal with a new sensation. A mindless, instinctual, primal sensation that comes from within the bowels, an erotic spasm that washes over the killer in the moment of murder. It is said that in that instant his divine essence can almost be tasted. For Forsake all other hedonisms, acolytes, for nothing can compare until the true ecstasies of murder wash over you. Initiates, this scroll contains a prayer you may say after a kill, calling for the Lord's disgrace to find its course in your body. What is this low-level ecstasy? Bitch, y'all ought to do what I did and go taste the ecstasy of the hells. Everyone chill over there while I go check what's in here, if anything. Saravok will be in the sequel, just you wait? I mean, possibly. Probably even. Saravok really doesn't like staying dead. Every time you think you've killed him, he just comes right back.
Such agonies I would inflict upon you for what you've done here. But Bao's law is absolute. You may leave unmauled.
You killed her! You killed her! I thought it not possible. And yet, curious.
You know what really surprises me is the fact that I thought she had some sort of ring of invisibility or teleportation, but I guess that was just a blessing of Baal every time it looked like she activated a ring on her ring finger. I mean, she did snap her finger every time. I thought that was just because she's freaky like that, but maybe it was required. You know, I should be able to just teleport out of here now. Why won't it let me?
He did not know. He did not revel in the glory of what is to come.
Glorious.
But Orlando did not see. He did not know. He did not revel in the glory of what is to come.
Alright, wait a moment. Give everyone a chance to follow us. I will say this, having all these extra summons and stuff does help make these fights much more manageable than if I didn't have them. Imagine I didn't have the genie, for example, in order to just yeet enemies off the edge and stop the perma-sanctuaried ball cultists. Definitely would have made it take longer. Oh, hey, I can teleport now. There we go. Sick. If we go here, then I can get the last ghoul to get back here. I've already gotten that cache. Why hasn't that been marked off yet? Okay, so this seems to be the path to the brain. I should go ahead and make a marker. Path to Elder Brain. There we go. Let's go to camp and go talk to everyone, including Halsin, who's finally not taken hostage. He has been hostage for a fair bit of time now. How you guys doing, Gale? Starion?
Orin was a monster, whatever her form. I suppose growing up somewhere like this would make a monster of anyone.
A monster.
Good riddance to the shape changer. Couldn't have happened to a worse wretch.
hell's take that Baal freak? She would have bled the whole world just for the fun of it. We've got her Netherstone now. One step closer to getting the Netherbrain under control.
Hell yeah. Orin and Minsk have once more defeated the cult of Baal.
I would be lying if I
Chihiro
told you
Minsk.
I was certain we would walk out of that temple alive. We faced Baal there once before, and I was not ready to count on luck a second time. But luck had no part in it. Just you. And now it is Gortash's turn. We'll need his stone to finish this, however you plan to acquire it. So let us go pay Lord Lyre a visit.
Another ball spawn buried by our hand. Ball should learn better than to send his offspring against us. They might as well be babes, dropped bare bottom into the Rashiman winter.
Hear, hear, Minsk.
Orin's dead, which means we have taken one step closer to slaughtering the fetid Elderbrain.
Baal's chosen has been bled. May her torment be tenfold of that which she inflicted.
You know, guys, I heard that apparently a lot of people don't like Will for some reason. Which is weird, because a lot of people like Karlach, and Karlach is just Will, but bigger, redder, and female. And cusses more.
That's Orin dealt with. Good riddance. Now that we have her Netherstone, we're one big step closer to finishing this. Once and for all.
Come for a chat?
Will's cool as fuck? Yeah, exactly. Like, even just the introductory scene with Will is... He walks out there nearly alone to try and repel a goblin invasion on an enclave of mostly civilians. And then, on the first companion quest you take with him, you meet Karlach, you find out that she's not a bad person, and Will defies his devilish patron to her face because it's the right thing to do. Will's a cool dude. I like Will a lot. I'd say out of all the characters, like the only ones I'm not super fond of are Halsin is not the greatest. Lae'zel herself is pretty darn straightforward. Little boring because of it. But the circumstances around Lae'zel are very interesting, so she has that going for her at least. And that's about it. Everyone else has really interesting stuff going on, personalities and everything.
The blight that was Orin has been purged from the world. And we have another Netherstone also. A significant step towards stopping this evil, once and for all.
How you doing? Orin didn't, like, slice you or anything, did she?
Just my pride. I can't believe I allowed myself to be knocked unconscious and spirited away like that. Impressive that she managed to move my bulk, come to think of it. I wonder how that was managed. But in either case, it seems I was insensible for much of my ordeal.
I do like that response. I like that his first thought is, you know, it's impressive that that small woman was able to move my giant body. How'd she do that anyway? Oh, well.
I've been unfair to you. I've had unrealistic expectations of your character ever since I joined you. But honestly, you've surpassed even those.
You have said that before. Thank you, Halsin. All right. We did it. Orin defeated. Make a save. Orin can no longer pliss. And I took Minsk and Jahira to once more go beat up the ball cultists. As is their destiny, apparently, to do that over and over again until they die. I'll say this, the hardest part of the ball stuff was definitely Saravak, but that makes sense. It's Saravak. He's supposed to be very tough. And he's way tougher than Orin. I'm assuming that you can definitely get past Saravak without killing him. And you can, like, subterfuge your way into the Ball Temple. But, look, I've played Baldur Gates 1 and 2. I see Saravak, I kill Saravak. It's ingrained into me. I had to. Besides, he gave us some pretty nice gear. His helm's really nice, and his sword's working pretty well for Minsk, too. So, very nice. Anyway, that's where I believe we will leave off for the night, everybody. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I will catch you guys later. Have a great night, day, or whatever time it is for you. See you next time. We've only got one more big crystal to get, but we've got plenty of side quests to do before that. I just really wanted to go do the save my teammate thing before our teammate gets fucking killed. So Halsin gets to live. Catch you later, everybody. See you next time. Peace.